was the hectic scene on Ross Street in Mobile shortly before 6 o'clock Sunday. Now, we've learned the details on what drew such a large police presence. According to Mobile police, a domestic altercation happened at a home near the 1200 block, and shots were fired.
I don't know what happened for real. I know we heard the gunshot. My people called the police. We chilling out there barbecuing. I think I heard about 2 of them boys though, about 2 people.
Thought it was firework, but it's too early for 4th of July, so.
Investigators tell us 25-year-old Brandon McDuffie shot and killed his mother, Tracy McDuffie. They say his brother tried to intervene and Brandon fired at him too. That brother fired back and shot and killed Brandon.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to y'all with another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all had a great weekend. My day is going absolutely blessed. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscriber Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Alabama by way of Mobile. And big shout out to everybody in the great city of Alabama. Everybody outside the great city of Mobile. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And also, before I start this story, I want to send my deepest condolences and sympathy to the family of 52-year-old Tracy McDuffie, because it's very sad and tragic what happened to this beautiful woman. Now, I want to ask you all one question before we dig deep into the story. At what age do you think your child is supposed to be on their own? And the reason why I ask you all this question is because I feel in my heart that when a person reaches a certain age, they need to be on their own. Now, true enough, your children may need your help throughout life or whatnot. Not saying you're going to disown them or turn your back on them, but at the same time, when the children get grown and they start talking back or having altercations, as in the case of this story, they need to be on their own. Because you got to understand one thing today, parents, either you're going to rule your home or your child is going to rule your home. And you also must understand there can be only one king and one queen to a castle. Now think about this. What can make a son get so mad, a grown son that is, it don't matter if they're young or old or not, but what can make a grown son, 25 years old, get so mad that that son pick up a gun and gun down his mama? And the story goes, not only did he shoot her one time, he shot her multiple times. And they say also that Brandon McDuffie, 25 years old, shot his mom, Tracy, 10 times. Now, that's overkill. So my question to you all today as we start this video, what do you think transpired in this house that led up to this whole altercation? And also, what could have been done to prevent this whole situation? Now, I looked all over social media. I did not see anybody post anything saying that Brandon McDuffie suffered with mental illness, even though that may be a case. But at the same time, people love to use that mental illness word like it's a get out of jail free card when it's not. So in other words, if he's not suffering from mental illness, what in the hell took place inside his home that made this whole thing go the way it did? Now, the story goes also that after Brandon McDuffie gunned his mom down, that's when somebody notified Brent McDuffie, who happened to be Brandon Duffy's older brother. Now, it says that when Brent McDuffie came to the home, he seen his mom inside the home laying dead, and Brandon shot at him. So quite naturally, you're going to defend yourself. And they said another shooting took place and Brent McDuffie ended up killing Brandon. That's a sad situation. So not only did Brent lose his mom and also his brother, but it's in the nature all this took place. And I feel honestly that all of this could have been avoided. And also my heart breaks for the brother, because think about this. Now, if you and your brother grew up together and you're only like 7 years apart, evidently they was close at one point. So just think about this. If your brother got a gun pointed at you, you see your mom dead on the floor. That's too much for anybody to put up with. So once again, my heart breaks for the McDuffie family and also for you, Brent, because I understand that you did what you felt that you had to do. It was no way around it. Either it was going to be your life or his. Let's begin.
Flashing lights and crime tapes surround the outside of a home on Ross Street. On the inside, officers say they found 2 people, a mother and son, dead, and another son alive.
This was a domestic-related incident involving, unfortunately, a mom and her 2 sons.
Now, family, as the news stated, it was a domestic incident. So what took place inside this home that led to this whole altercation taking place? And also, if you having problems with your mom and you're 25 years old and you can't abide by her rules, why not just move out? Why not just be on your own and do your own thing? That way, guess what? It won't be no problems, because you got to understand one thing, parents. Look here. Now, you raise your children to a certain age, but after they get a certain age, it's on them to grab the bulls by the horn and be a productive person in society. You have done your job, when truly your job is never done. But at the same time, you are done raising your child. And once your child gets a certain age, guess what? They have their own mind. Now, one thing you can do is pray for that child and at the same time still guide that child. But you must understand one thing. Once a person, and it's to all of us, once a person reaches a certain age, guess what? They have their own mind. So they are responsible and held accountable for their own actions. Let's continue.
Officers responded to the home just before 6 o'clock. Investigations revealed 25-year-old Brandon McDuffie fatally shot his mother. Officers identify her as 52-year-old Tracy McDuffie. The department says the son and mother got into an argument, resulting in the first round of gunfire.
Now, family, ask yourself this. What can make a son so mad that he go grab a gun and gun his mama down, shoot her 10 times? What got into Brandon to make Brandon do this? That's why I want to know. And please let me know in the comment section for anybody that's still on Wall Street and also that know Brandon McDuffie, what took place. Because I guarantee you one thing, and it's allegedly, this was not his first time him and his mom got into it. Because there's no way in hell that you're going to sit there and have an argument, have an altercation, then the first thing you resort to is violence, is gun violence. I don't believe this was their first time getting into it. But evidently, Tracy McDuffie, may she rest in peace, had enough of Brandon. So once again, to illustrate my point and drive my point home, you're 25 years old. Only thing you had to do was just leave. Just leave the house and guess what? Go get your own place. Your mom's still going to love you. It's not like she's going to turn her back on you because you're her baby. And what's so troubling about this situation also was the fact just a few years ago when Brandon graduated, the mom was right there, as you all see, smiling, proud of her son. My heart breaks for the McDuffie family because this did not have to happen. Let's continue.
Once the initial shooting did take place, there was some sort of communication to let that other son know that something did take place.
Blake Brown with the Mobile Police Department says from here, McDuffie's other son came to the home.
Now, family, ask yourself, what would you do in this situation if you got a disturbing phone call that said a shooting took place at your mom's home, but you don't know what all transpired until you get there? Now, imagine you pulling up and your mom's inside the home and also your brother's inside the home. As soon as you get inside the home, you notice your mom laid on the floor dead with multiple gunshot wounds and your brother have the nerve to want to shoot at you. What would you do in that situation, family? I know me because I have 2 brothers and a sister. If any one of them ever shoot at me, guess what? It's either going to be me or them. Let's close up.
And a second tragedy strikes just moments later. Police report the second brother then shot his younger sibling.
Situations like this are sad. I can't imagine the other brother walking in and finding out that his brother shot his mom and then the brother's pointing a gun at him.
And now in closing, I hope that you all take these videos as a lesson, as a testament to life, because you got to understand one thing. You cannot save your child. You cannot make your child do right. Once you raise them to get to a certain age, your job is done. Now, if you have a child staying with you and that child is grown, as in the case of Brandon, 25 years old, and that child has the nerve to want to cause problems and cause confusion inside your home, you got to put that child out. Not saying that if that child needs you, you're going to turn your back on the child, because no decent parent will ever do that. But at the same time, when you're old enough to start talking back and you're old enough to start picking up weapons, guess what? You need to be on your own, because either one day, it's going to be you or them. But what makes the situation even worse is the fact that Tracy McDuffie had 2 sons. The son's job is to protect the mom, not take the mom's life. The son's job is to look after the mom because she was not married. So why would you sit up there and cause confusion and then gun your mama down? What really was going on inside this home? Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me. We can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed, and I'll see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.